In today's video, we're going to be getting the platinum for Spider-Man 2. And if you somehow don't know what Spider-Man 2 is, according to Google, it's exactly like Astrobot. Anyway, Spider-Man's a 3 out of 10 difficulty, taking around 30 hours to complete with a total of 42 trophies. And once again, the guide ended up being completely off because I ended up doing it like 9 hours faster than what it recommended. Before I started a new game, I ended up choosing the hardest difficulty because you know me, I just had to because I'm a pro like that. Anyway, starting off the game, and immediately threw us into a fight with Sandman, and I don't know if I'm being an idiot here, but I don't get how sand can be dangerous. Like, I can't see you throwing sand at a brick building and it just falling over like this.
Stupid.
Shortly after defeating Sandman, the game introduced us into this guy named Kraven. The game made him seem like the main enemy, but I really thought he was irrelevant the whole game. Anyways, after the cutscene telling us he was coming to New York or whatever, it's not really important. I ended up getting my first super sexy trophy, and I'm not gonna lie, I was already starting to feel the 19 inches of Venom.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Shortly after that, the game introduced us into these crystals, and they were pretty much the main reason Sandman was just a little bit slow. But once we get all of them, he'll slowly start to regain his memory and not be a dipshit. And then the game ended up doing the worst thing it could ever do, which was showing me MJ in person. I don't know what the devs did to her from Spider-Man 1 to this game, but she needs to go back in development right now because this is not it. In the few years between this game and the first game, you cannot convince me that this is the same person because they don't look anything alike. I would rather look at Pokemon without makeup on than this new MJ. Anyways, they ended up talking about how they're gonna move in together, and I feel so bad for Peter here, honestly. Run while you still can, bro. Run while you still can. Anyways, Harry finally decided to wake up from his 2-year nap, but let's be honest, he didn't miss that much anyways. And then after all those cutscenes, I decided to change my suit, and it gave me a trophy for changing my suit for the first time. Anyways, the police started doing an escort for all the main villains, and while this was happening, Kraven thought it'd be nice to start blowing a bunch of stuff up. And then we got introduced into the Hunters, and they're pretty much just Kraven's goons, and the reason I say that is because they'll do anything for him, and I mean anything. After we defeated the Hunters and definitely didn't allow anyone to die, the game introduced us into these tedious tasks like crimes and all that. But I decided to ignore them because you would think New York City would have police to handle that kind of stuff. Never mind, we're talking about New York, let's be honest here, because I'm pretty sure in the 3 games I've played, I haven't seen them do anything. And then the game introduced us into Oscorp's new lab, and the first thing I thought was, how bad are the taxes in New York? Like, this thing is crazy. And after a very long and entertaining tour, we ended up finding a drone, and once we hacked it, it actually showed us where Kraven's base was. And then when we got there, Kraven didn't even end up being there, but we did get to see some of the items they collected, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasted 20 minutes of my time doing this. And all that mission really did was just show me that there's more collectibles I have to do later on, and I'm not gonna lie, I was completely devastated by this. Then I tried to do a trick while swinging, and I failed, and it gave me a trophy for it. I guess you can just say I'm a pro. And then shortly after that, I got a trophy for doing 30 tricks without touching the ground, so I would say I redeemed myself. And then Kraven ended up kidnapping Dr. Connors, so we had to save him, but for some reason, the game decided that we play as MJ because, you know, everyone loves the MJ missions. Seriously, out of all the people I've seen play this game, I don't think one of them said they liked these missions. Anyways, once we found Dr. Connors, Kraven ended up coming at the worst time possible, and he stabbed Connors with the lizard serum. And as we were helping them escape, Kraven grabbed Spider-Man and stabbed him, and he pretty much just died. And then right before Peter died, Harry ended up giving us his 19 inches of Venom, which ended up saving him. And then after I finished the mission, I ended up getting a trophy for acquiring the black suit, which it means I got a trophy for getting blacked. And then for this next mission, Peter decided to become a waiter because apparently the Oscorp job wasn't paying him enough because apparently his rent's too much or something. And as everything was going smoothly in typical Peter fashion, he ended up messing everything up and stuff just started going crazy. But instead of helping him, we decided to keep moving because, you know, we're too good for those weirdos. And then after all of that, the game ended up throwing us into this mini boss fight, which I thought I was for sure going to get a trophy upon beating it, but I didn't. I was very wrong and sad. And then we ended up running into Kraven once again, and we ended up finding out that the Venom suit is weak to sounds or some I don't even know, bro. This doesn't make any sense. Now we have to try and find Dr. Connors so we can heal him because Harry's currently dying. Bro really cannot live without that 19 inches of Venom. Eventually, we ended up finding him, but he was a little bit mad and tried to kill us. And then I realized the game did him dirty by naming him the Lizard. Like, you cannot be serious, bro. That is not intimidating at all. Anyways, this was one of the most annoying bosses in the game because I died what felt like 1,000 times. Not to mention, once I beat the boss, it went on a super annoying chase scene just to find out I had to do it all again. Bro put me through even more pain again, but I guess it was worth it after I beat it because it gave me a trophy. Anyways, fast forward like an hour and a half, Miles ended up getting captured, and once I broke out, I had to fight Mr. Negative. I'm gonna be honest, noticed, Insomniac did not cook with these names. The first few stages of this boss were pretty simple and easy, but it was the third stage where we got sent to like the third dimension, like our character just took a bunch of shrooms. While our character was busy tripping out, we ended up unlocking new abilities, and once I used it, it gave me a trophy for like pulling 6 enemies in or something. And then right after this mission, it gave me another trophy, and there's nothing I love more than 2 trophies back to back. And then right after that, we switched back over to Peter, and he ended up being captured, and I'm not gonna lie, the switching back and forth is making me a little confused, but I might also just be slow. And then Peter got a little bit mad and ended up breaking out of the cage, and then we got into a boss fight with Kraven. And all this boss fight really was us just beating the crap out of an old helpless dude. Definitely didn't say that because I died on this boss like 1,000 times. No, not at all. And then Miles came along, and we had to fight Peter, and it threw us into a boss fight with 3 freaking stages once again. Anyways, after Miles defeated Peter, we ended up working together to get the Venom suit off of him because it was making him kind of an asshole. Also, Harry needed it because he couldn't live without it, but that's not really important right now. And then once I finished the mission, it gave me another trophy, and I'm not gonna lie, these story trophies are spread out like crazy. Then we ended up bringing the suit back to Dr. Connors because he wanted us to destroy it because it's dangerous, but Harry didn't care and just put it back on anyways, meaning everything we just did for the last 2 hours of gameplay was a waste of time. And then the game let us play as Venom, and we immediately had everyone scared for their lives because imagine if this giant thing was just chasing you. I'd honestly be pretty scared too because Venom is spooky. And then once we broke out of the building, we got into the final fight with Kraven, and Venom got a little bit hungry and for some reason just ate him. Yep, the character we spent the entire time chasing, Venom just ate in 1 second. On the bright side though, I did get a trophy for beating this mission. Anyways, after the mission, the game introduced us into these weird nest thingies, and all they were just more collectibles I'd have to do after the game. And then we had to make our way back to the house to tell MJ Harry's a little freaky boy trying to turn everyone into those Venom things. And then when we got to the house, it was already too late and Harry was already there. And then I realized it was too late and MJ already got a bunch of Harry's goo. Okay, what am I saying? And then this went on to the most annoying boss fight in the entire game. Not because it was hard or anything, because I kept hearing the same voice lines over and over and over. Like, I get it, your relationship sucks, like no one cares. After we defeated the boss, it finally turned back into MJ, and I honestly wish it didn't. I would rather look at the alien than MJ, bro. Once I completed the mission, it gave me my next trophy. Shortly after that, we and Miles ended up going inside of Peter, and yes, it's as weird as it sounds. Anyways, while I was here, I ended up getting a trophy for getting 100 kills with my Venom powers. Anyways, while we were here, we ended up freeing Peter from Venom and then turning him into White Venom. Pretty much immediately after doing this, it gave me another trophy. Anyways, going into the last mission, we had to play as MJ again, but this time they made her overpowered, and it was actually fun playing her. And this mission right here actually really reminded me of The Last of Us for some reason. And then after MJ's part, it instantly threw us into a boss fight against Venom. And I'm not gonna lie, for everything leading up to this point, this boss fight was kind of dry, just like your mom. Anyways, after I beat the first stage of the boss, for some reason it turned into a dragon. Like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. After defeating the boss, we ended up killing Venom, but we also ended up killing Harry in the process. Rest in peace. Anyways, after the cutscenes, it gave me a trophy for beating the game. Now that I beat the game, I went back to do all the trophies I missed, and the first one I got was get 100 kills with the spider arms. And then while doing side quests, I got another trophy for doing 25 stealth takedowns. And then after doing that quest, it gave me a trophy for finishing all the college quests. And then I got a trophy for helping out the community. For this next trophy, I ended up teaming up with Yuri, and we took down this fire cult, and once I completed the quest story, it gave me a trophy. Then after that, I went around the map and cleaned up all the camera spots, giving me another trophy. Then I decided to go for all the sand crystals, and after I got the last one, it actually gave me a super cool quest where I gave a statue to his daughter. And once I completed that, it gave me another trophy. Next, I went for all the Prowler collectibles, and this was easily the most annoying thing in the game, and it wasn't because it was hard, it's just because the stupid joystick thing where you had to line them up just pissed me off so much. But anyways, once I completed them all, it gave me a little side quest. All the side quest really was showing that Miles's uncle moved in the floor above him, which is pretty dope. And after I completed the quest, it gave me another trophy. I don't really know what I did here, but I got another trophy, which is pretty cool. And then I got 2 more trophies. One was for maxing out all the equipment, and the other one was for completing all the hunter bases. And then I got 2 more trophies. The first one was for helping out Howard, rest in peace, and the second trophy was for completing all the requests inside the app. And this trophy was probably one of the most annoying for me. It was for destroying all the nests in the entire game. And then I got another trophy for following all the birds on the map. And these next few trophies were really annoying. It was get level 60, complete all the EMF experience, and do all the Mysterio things, and get all the suits. And then I got a trophy for maxing out all the suit upgrades. And then I got a trophy for completing all the districts. And then I got a trophy for solving the Spider-Bot origin, and all the references it made all went over my head. And then I got a trophy for using Venom's abilities 25 times while I had the Venom power going. This one was a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. And then I got another trophy for running a home run because I'm like that. Then it gave me another trophy for visiting Aunt May's grave. And then I got a trophy for picking up a cube? I honestly couldn't tell you. And then I traveled across the map without touching the ground. It gave me my last trophy leading on to the platinum. Well, that's going to be all for today's video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. I had a lot of fun playing this, and honestly, Spider-Man, I want to give it an 8 out of 10 because there were some parts in the story where I thought it was lacking a little bit, but it was honestly overall just a good experience. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.